Good evening and welcome to the NWP call this evening. My name's Rich Simmonds. I'll be your presenter and host. And together with me is Blanche, who's the co-host this evening. So thank you for Blanche for helping, and thank you to everyone else for joining us. Before I go any further, I just want to read this disclaimer. Please understand that NWP does not offer any financial advice. This is all based on my personal experience. It's important that all partners fully understand how their funds are being used, and remember that past performance does not guarantee any future results. My goal is very simple, and that's to help you achieve a consistent weekly income. There's two different ways of looking at partnership with NWP. And with NWP, you're not a member, you don't pay any subscription fees, there's no compulsory contributions or anything like that. You're simply a partner. You decide what you want to do, whatever is comfortable for you. That's how you become a partner. There's two ways of being a partner with NWP. And the first one is to be what we call a portfolio partner. This is like having a savings account where you have access to the professional asset managers of NWP, and they will generate you profits on a weekly basis. It's very simple. It's not complex like any of the normal traditional things where there's fees and those type of complex things. Everything's simple. There's no terms and conditions or anything like that. I'll explain everything in the presentation this evening. There's nothing hidden. Everything's very transparent. The other way of being a partner is through the affiliate program, and we will touch on that briefly this evening. What I want to start talking about is financial security. And financial security is the basis of your financial success. And the main thing that gives you financial security is the fact that your money or your asset is liquid. Now, to describe a liquid asset, that is cash, whereas a locked away asset is something like your property or an investment that has been locked away. Now, when we say locked away, if you imagine that you had a property and you needed cash in a hurry, you might be able to get something like an access bond, but normally that comes with strings attached. So in other words, let's say you're unemployed and you own a property, they won't even give you access to your property because they see you as a risk. So having locked assets is a risk. So we don't want you to have a risk. We want you to have liquid assets, and the more cash you have, the better your security is. If you don't have any cash, you don't have any liquidity, therefore you have no security. Now, traditionally, investments will ask you to lock away your money from anything from 1 to 5 years. And more than likely, in that period, as soon as you make some profit, they lock that as well. So you find that although you think you're in for a year or 5 years, you normally find that that's a much longer period than you anticipated. And the problem is that they hold you captive, because that's their idea, is to keep you captive and keep you reinvesting so that you can have this perception of growth, but it's not real growth. If you haven't got cash, you haven't got real growth. So at NWP, we don't see liquidity as a privilege. It's your right, and you shouldn't have to wait any time to have access to your cash. So there's no locking away. That's the most important thing to understand about the NWP system, is your capital is not locked away. It's available to you, your capital, your profits, everything is available to you when you need it. The access to this capital, when we talk about locking away, in NWP, your capital is only locked for 1 week, and that's from a Monday to Friday when it's in trade. And on a Saturday, you'll get your profits, and you'll also have access to withdraw your capital should you need it. If you don't need it, you can leave it in the system, and it will trade for you the following week. But each week, you have control of your capital. There's no time period waiting to withdraw capital. Your profits are instant withdrawal, and your capital comes to you within generally 4, and the maximum it could be is 24 hours, but generally from my experience, you can get your capital back within about 4 hours. You don't have to give them any notice or anything like that. You decide to draw your capital, you hit the button and you get your capital. So it's paid back to you when you need it. And that means it's always liquid, it's always available to you. Your wealth with NWP is totally in your control. Now, there's security when it comes to trading. You've heard me talk about trading. And how does this work? Well, the trading works from Monday to Friday. The traders will trade on your behalf and they will generate profits. And on a Saturday, you will receive those profits. It's professional brokers. There's 4 different trading groups that handle the NWP accounts, and they will then trade and make sure that you get a profit on a weekly basis. When your profits are created or generated during the week, on a Friday night, the money is separated. That means your capital will remain with the brokers and your profits are always separated and they always sent to a payment gateway, and you can instantly withdraw your capital, or not your capital, your profits. Your capital will remain with the brokers until such time as you want it, but your profits need to be withdrawn every week. And when I say need to be withdrawn, if you've made more than $5, it's going to be there and it's ready to withdraw. If you leave it there, it's not going to do any work. So I always suggest withdraw your profits and get them back into the system so that your money can continuously work for you. So that's a weekly system. Everything is automatic and transparent in the NWP system. When the traders use your money, because they have to make sure that your capital is available on the weekend, and they will use no more than 20% of your capital. So this keeps your capital at a very low risk so that you can make that profit, but you can also have access to your capital on the weekend. Typically, the trading is done on Forex markets, that's the global currencies, and then also commodities like gold, oil, and silver. It's not limited to that, but typically that's where they will spend most of their time trading, is on those commodities, because there's generally a quick turnaround. And they're looking for a quick turnaround. Remember, they need to generate your profits for you on a weekly basis. There's a principle that we like to tell you about in NWP, and you know, often we think about a savings or an investment, and you need to think, wow, you need a lot of money to start. Well, you don't need a lot of money to start. The minimum that you need is $10. What I've done here is just used a $12 as an example. And let's say, for instance, to give you an example of how your money can grow in the NWP system, that's $12, and you put away $12 for 5 years. That's 60 months. What you would have done in the total of 5 years, you would have put away $720. And what you're doing here is you're putting a new $12 in every month. You're then taking your profits and you're reinvesting them as well. You're redepositing them when you have sufficient to put in. So that's just to get you the maximum sort of compounding effect. So what will that effect look like in a projected growth using the sort of average that's happened over the last 72 weeks of trading so far? So your $720 will grow in 6 years to just over $5,000. So that's the kind of expectation that you can expect from the NWP system, because the traders are disciplined and they get you these results. If you look at that example of 5 years, if you went and carried on for another 14 months, just putting away the profits on a weekly, monthly basis, and then adding $12 to that, what you would have done is in 14 months, that's 5 years, and another 14 months onto that, so that's 6 years and 2 months, if I'm correct. That's $10,000 that you would have in your capital, and you haven't even spent $1,000 from your own pocket. to get that. So that's the sort of growth that you can expect from a little. When you obviously, if you add more, it'll accelerate that. But this is just to show you by saving a little, you can gain a lot. There are different portfolios and entry points in NWP, and these are starting with the foundation portfolios. This is a minimum of $10 up to $9,999. And what the traders do here is they look for you a monthly target of around 5%. You don't wait a month to get your profits. You'll get those profits weekly, and they will generally add up to about 5% or a little bit more. It is a little bit more if we look at the results over the last 72 weeks. Then there's the growth portfolios. That's $10,000 to $49,999. In this growth portfolios, you'll receive 8% a month, again paid to you on a weekly basis. And then there's the elite portfolios. This is the premium asset class, $50,000 or more, receiving 10% or more per month. You'll see there the figure 10 to 15% is the range that the traders will look in to try and get you. So you could expect anything in the foundation portfolios from 5 to 10%, normally around about 5. That's what they'll try and get you, or more, but it won't go more than 10%. And then in the growth, that will go from 8 to 12, and elite will be 10 to 15% that you can expect from your portfolios there. They all benefit from the same high security, non-locked capital structure. So no matter what structure you're in, your capital is always available, it's always liquid, and you can get it whenever you need it. If we look at the actual profits that were generated, what happens in the whole transparency and the sustainability of NWP, you will always see the total profits made for the week, and then the profits are split. 50% of the profit for the week goes to the partner that's got a deposit, and those are the results. You can see here, foundation portfolios this last week received 1.14%, growth portfolios 1.88%, elite 2.47%, and then there's the boosters, which is also included in the crocodile, that was 1.425%. So you can, and then the other side of the split is used for the affiliate bonuses and to sustain the business. So every single week this happens, that the business is never in a deficit, or they're never in debt, because they only pay out profits on a weekly basis, and any bonuses also come out on a weekly basis. There's no upfront bonuses, so there's no risk for the company whatsoever. Let's just look at this weekly cycle that I've been talking about. You'll start, you put your money in, you open yourself a portfolio within one of those 3 tiers. The trading then will happen from a Monday to Friday. On a Friday night at midnight, those profits are then split and sent to the third-party payment gateway. When they're in the third-party gateway, and then typically when you wake up in South Africa or somewhere in Africa on a Saturday morning, those profits are already in your back office and you can automatically withdraw them. That goes to your crypto wallet as long as you've got a minimum of $5 that you've made profit for the week. That's then in that crypto wallet, and here we suggest that you have a private crypto wallet. Don't use an exchange, because when you have your own private crypto wallet, that's things like Trust Wallet, SafePal, Exodus, MetaMask, those type of wallets, you always have control, and you can find your coins that you've got. In an exchange, if you send the wrong coin to an exchange, you generally lose it. So it's your money, you control it, you enjoy it. And that's the whole weekly cycle of NWP. Now, to get started, it's very simple. You simply register yourself an account. It's a free account. You then deposit your crypto, open your portfolio, and as long as you've put your money in before midnight on a Monday, you will still get profits that Saturday. Those profits are then at that third-party payment gateway waiting for you to withdraw them. You can check in using the following currencies. That's USDT, BNB, or USDC. USDT on the ERC20, the Ethereum network. That's your standard tether that you would find normally. And then there's BNB, that's the Binance Smart Chain Protocol. And then there's USDT on the Polygon network. Remember, you're always in control. There's no automatic compounding in the back office. It always needs to be withdrawn, your profits, and you decide what you want to do with those profits. If you want to have that compounding effect, you'll actually have to withdraw them, decide what you're going to do, and then redeposit them into the system. When you redeposit them, they will arrive in your back office. You open a portfolio, and once you've opened your portfolio, which is very quick, this whole process that you're looking at here is less than 5 minutes, and you back in, and your money, your new money that you put in the system, will be seen as not as profits, but as a new capital in the system, and it will generate the profits for you. So that's the weekly system. You're always in control. You decide on a weekly basis. No one decides for you, and it's not automated in the system. It's always a manual process like this. When it comes to fees, and these are the only fees that NWP charges. It's a withdrawal fee, and that's either on your profits or your bonuses. As long as you've got $5, you can withdraw Polygon USDT. And if you want the BEP20 on the Binance Smart Chain, the minimum you need there is $10. Those are always available for you, and those are the only fees. So let me just give you an example of a 5% fee. Let's say you were withdrawing $10. 5% of $10 is 50 cents. Therefore, you will receive $9.50 in your wallet. The capital withdrawals, these are available on Saturday and Sunday. The first time you take your withdrawal, it's free. And after that, every time you make a withdrawal of your capital, that's a 2% fee. Support is available on WhatsApp, and that number you see there's in Canada. The girls are very helpful. It's very fast and efficient to use the WhatsApp chat for support. You can email, but it's a little bit slower, so I would suggest the WhatsApp chat. The NWP website is nwprofits.com. NW stands for Network Profits. The company is registered and based in Istanbul in Turkey, and their offices are in the Trump Towers. Now, to help you and to give you extra information over and above what I'm telling you this evening, as I mentioned, it's very simple. There's really not a lot more information. It's a very simple system. It's very straightforward. But we have put together this link tree for you. You can get this, and it's got all the details. It's got a video very similar to the presentation that I'm giving you this evening. It also tells you a little getting started booklet, everything that you need. There's also a calculator there where you can actually calculate your growth on a weekly basis and see, to help you plan. Everything's there, including the affiliate video. Now, when I talk about the affiliate plan, that's because we won't be doing the affiliate presentation this evening. We do that on a Wednesday night from now on. The affiliate plan gives you an opportunity to build. So you might be looking at this presentation this evening saying, that's very nice. I see the minimum is $10. I really don't have $10, but I really would like an opportunity to earn some money. The NWP affiliate plan gives you that opportunity. You can absolutely start with zero money, and you will still get the bonuses that the affiliate plan affords you. So if you are interested in that, do come along to the presentation tomorrow evening. Otherwise, you have seen now the Partners with Portfolio presentation, and that is my very short presentation for this evening. If there are any questions, I'll gladly answer them now. Just to let you know that the crocodile is available still until the 4th of April. What happens with the crocodile is you put in $12, the company will add $8, giving you a weekly base of $20 that you will earn from. So it's as if you've put in $20 and you'll earn profits on $20, except you've only put in 12. And that's the boost that the crocodile gives you. Just helps you get started. And if you were planning on that $12 a month in sort of savings, that would give you your first month and give you a little bit of a boost in your first month. If you don't have to carry on, you can just put your crocodile in and get the profits and let them accumulate. As I said, everything in NWP is completely a choice that you have. If there's any questions, please do ask. If you're not sure or don't want to speak, then just type your message in the chat and we'll gladly answer your question. And good evening to everyone who joined me while I was doing the presentation.
My question is, can I able to see on my money grow, or I'm going to only see the profits weekly only?
You will see. Okay, so what will happen is you will see your money grow if you'll see your profit, and then you decide what you want to do with that profit. If you want to grow your money, you take your profit and you redeposit it into the system, okay, because you must manually withdraw your money and then put it back into the system and open a new portfolio using those profits. As long as you've made $10 or more, you can open a new portfolio, and in that way, you'll see your money grow.
Oh, okay. If I can put every week $12, what's my money will grow different, or it will be the same way as you explained?
Yes. What I'm going to do is I spoke about that calculator. Let me share the calculator, and then we can just have a look at how this works so you can see in a practical way what the calculator looks like and how this would work. Okay, can you see the calculator?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is going to say we're going to start with $12. And then if let's say we just started with $12, you'll see that the profits on $12 is very small, and it won't grow exceptionally quickly. So, but if you now decide to, let's say, add $12 a month, we put in the $12 over here, and you'll see in the first year, you have put in your portfolio would have grown to $208, but in actual fact, you've put in $120 because that's $12.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, and it's a bit more than that. So
Yeah,
so 12 times 12, and your it would have grown
144.
124. Thank you very much.
144.
144. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. So there we are. You would have put in 144 in total, and in the first year it would have grown to 208. And you'll see here that the system calculates for you after a year and a half, it'll be 369, and then in 2 years, 606. You just carry on adding your profits and putting in $12 extra every month. And this is sort of how it will grow, as you can see here. Ask for this calculator to be sent to you. I will share it on the groups after this presentation so that you can use this for yourself. All you need to do is just put in this one here as the starting amount and in the yellow columns, and it actually gives you the South African exchange rate, and it will tell you approximately in rands how much you'll be getting. This is an estimated projection because some weeks are better than others. This just works on the average of the 5% target that they look for on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Well, that was the presentation this evening. I've chosen to keep it separate from the affiliate plan so that it's because it becomes a bit long, and I just wanted to give you a short presentation of the gist of what NWP offers you as the savings side of things, and then you can explore with me tomorrow night the affiliate plan should you wish to know more about it. But the affiliate plan video is also available in that link tree, and you can go along and see how you can earn some extra income for introducing your friends. Any other comments, questions, anything you'd like to know?
Brent, I just want to ask, that's exactly what happens if one of my people signed up and they withdraw their money through Polygon and it went to safeguard. And then they wanted to put that money back, they deposited, and it keeps on telling them you haven't got enough gas fee. What are
Yes.
they doing wrong?
They need Polygon gas. Okay. Now, Polygon gas and all they need is about 1 cent. Okay. So if you want some Polygon gas, I can happily send you 5 cents worth of Polygon gas, which will probably be enough for about 2 or 3 months worth of transactions. It's very cheap. So yes, if you
Rick, what they also can do is when they do send it just USD without the Polygon, they can swap it to this gas fees. There's an
Yes.
option to use the USDT as gas fees, the same price.
Yeah. Only thing is, let's say, for instance, I always find it just easier to use gas because if let's say you've got $10 and you want to send $10 to the back office, if you're going to use your USDT as the fee, you might find that $10 doesn't arrive on the other side.
Yeah.
You only have $9.95. So it's always better to just get some gas. Like I say, if you need gas, just talk to me. I'll happily send you a few cents of gas. Really, it's no problem. Because what we do on a weekly basis is, let's say, for instance, I had $10.14 that I received. I will send the $10 to the NWP system as my redeposit, and then the 14 cents I just swap for gas. So I've always got gas. So, and if you're unsure how to do that, I can show you how to do that as well. Just give me a call and I'll go onto a WhatsApp call with you, show you what to do in your wallet, and help you understand that system, because it's very easy. And when you send into NWP, you can only send rand or round dollar amounts. So if you've got $11.20, NWP, although you can send the $11.20 to your back office, it will only take $11 when you open your portfolio, and 20 cents will remain in the system. So instead of leaving the 20 cents in the NWP system, you just swap that for gas. And once if you've done a $20, 20 cents swap, for instance, for gas, that's probably going to be enough for you to use for 6 months of 20 cents worth of gas. So it's very cheap, but you do need it to start. And that's, I think, what Chris is talking about. You will need something in your Polygon account to be able to do the swap even. So you'll find that if you've just got Polygon USDT in your back office, and you want to buy Polygon at that stage, the gas, that's going to be very expensive because you don't have Polygon base to swap with. So then that's when you get some gas from your friend, and then you can happily do it, and it works out a lot cheaper.
Okay, thank you. I'll contact you, then I'll show you the SafeBell wallet, and then you can just guide us through that.
I'll do that, certainly. Yeah. As Lucy says, gas is very cheap, but you do need it to start with, and that's often the problem. So yeah, I will show you how to do that and help you get started with your gas there as well. Thanks, Chris. If you're wanting to join us on the call tomorrow evening, it's a half an hour later than the one tonight. We will be standardizing the times as from the beginning of April, and all our meetings will be at the same time. But currently, the Wednesday evening is a half an hour later than this start. So, in other words, instead of starting at 7:30 South African time, we're starting at 8 o'clock South African time tomorrow night. And there we will do the affiliate plan, and we'll look at some other aspects of the business to help you understand it more and answer questions and that sort of thing. So all good. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me this evening. Do have a good evening further, and we'll see you soon. Enjoy your experience with NWP.